Welcome to the Devar Torah for Parshat EKEV, brought to you by Be There Israel and Or Chadash. This week's Parsha begins with the word V'haya. V'haya EKEV Tishma'un. And it will be if you listen to the commandments of God. Our sages have told us that when a Parsha begins, or a section of a Parsha begins with V'haya, it's the language of joy, of simcha. Whereas if a parsha begins with Vayehi, it's the language of trouble or tsar. So our parsha begins with the language of joy. V'haya ekev tishma'un. So we want to explore what is the joy that we see in this parsha. Later in the parsha, there's a subsection that also begins with V'haya. V'haya im Shema. That is the second paragraph of the Shema that we say twice every day. And in a few weeks, we'll be reading Parshat Ki Tavo, which begins V'haya Ki Tavo el haaretz, and it will be when you come to the land. So all three of these parshas and subsections begin with V'haya, the language of joy. And the theme that ties them together is the land of Israel. Because in this week's Parsha, of perhaps the entire Torah, there are more descriptions, very famous descriptions, of the land of Israel, more than any other Parsha. So this Parsha is very, very connected to Eretz Yisrael. The second paragraph of the Shema, which is later in this parsha, the theme is also of the land. As it says, if you listen to the commandments of God, then you'll have everything that you need in the land. You'll have the rain in its season, and there'll be food, and there'll be plenty. And if you don't listen to the words of God, then the heavens will be shut up, there'll be no rain, and we will be forced out of the land. So the second paragraph of the Shema is also very, very connected to our right, our merit to be in Eretz Yisrael. And the parsha coming up in a few weeks, V'haya ki tavo el haaretz, is obvious, and it will be when you come into the land. So this is teaching us something very, very simple but profound, that there is a level of joy in Israel that is not accessible other places. There are so many people who come to Israel, sometimes once in a lifetime, for a week or two. And yet they talk about it for the rest of their life. It is such an uplifting, invigorating experience, and it brings true joy to the soul. Now there's a verse in this parsha when it talks about the description of the land, which when read in the simple way, says, you will lack nothing in it. Yet if you just change the punctuation a little bit, you could read those same words, you will lack nothing. Kolba, everything is in it. Now, many people have commented that Israel is actually an incredibly small country, but in one small country, you have seaside, you have the lowest lake in the world, you have the largest natural crater in the world, you have some of the most beautiful coral reefs to be found anywhere. We have mountains, we have deserts, we have rivers, we have waterfalls. We have everything is in it. When Esav meets Yaakov after 20 years, so Esav says, I have a lot. And Yaakov says, I have kol, everything. The same word used in this parsha, kolba, everything is in it. The word kol equals 50. 50 is a very, very significant number. It's the number of the Jubilee year and represents freedom. And because of that, it represents the coming of Mashiach. The Torah is given on the 50th day after we leave Egypt. And there are what are called 50 gates of understanding. And we're told that Moshe Rabbeinu reached the 49th level of understanding. And his desire, according to many opinions, his desire to come into the land was kolba. He knew that the 50th gate was only in Eretz Israel. Other people interpret it that he actually reaches the 50th gate when he passes away. So on Shabbos, we sing Lecha Dodi, and we refer to Shabbos as a Kala. You take the letters Kala and switch them around, it's Hakol, everything. And that's how we feel on Shabbos. No matter what we've accomplished during the week or haven't accomplished, no matter how much business is left undone, we get to Shabbos and it's as if all our work is done. And if we really, really appreciate Shabbos, it's kolba. Everything is in it. That's the Shabbos Kala. So just one more idea tying this together. Why is Eretz Yisrael such a special place? Because in this week's Parsha, it says that the eyes of God are on the land from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And in short, why is Eretz Yisrael so special? Because the eyes of God are on it. God is focused on the land of Israel. And that is the intensity of every shade that one finds in Israel. And especially as we're talking about the intensity of joy that one can find here. So we should all be blessed to find our place in Eretz Yisrael, whether it's for a one-time visit or a prolonged stay, or to actually make aliyah, that as the Messianic era hopefully approaches, the joy that is found in the land will become more and more pronounced. And we hope each and every Jew can experience that in the here and now. Thanks for watching this Devar Torah. If you like what you heard, which I hope you did, please come to our YouTube station, our website, our Facebook, our blog, our Twitter, and take advantage of a plethora of Torah, of audio classes, videos, poetry, stories, music, word and gematria search. You'll find a lot there, and please share this with your friends. www.thetrugmans.com